Hello and welcome to this overview of Safyr for S4HANA. In this overview, we will be looking at the metadata Safyr has extracted from S4, how we can look at this content and refine it for use cases such as governance, migration and modeling. When the metadata is extracted and we initially explore this within Safyr, we can see there were a lot of records, or tables I should say. In this case, about 124,000. To help further refine this information, Safyr gives the ability to use content from the data dictionary to look at this in a more focused manner. So let's say we are interested in information about customers. Now we can only see information where customer occurs, and that filters it down to about 1,400 records, or tables as such. To further refine this, something we can also do is look at the amount of child tables, parent tables, and row count. So we can see tables that are empty, how many parent tables they have, how many child tables they have. For anyone that's used S4 or most instances of SAP for a while, the table KNA1 is something that should be familiar. In this case here, the description we can see is general data and customer master, which again, I would hope most people would know. Beyond that, rather than just having the description for the table name, Safyr also lets us see some more information about the field held within that. So we can see all the field names, and we can see by virtue of these icons to the left, if they have any relationships. So is it a primary key in some way? Is it a foreign key? Also, it should be noted that we can also get, rather than just this 5-letter shorthand, there is more descriptive information for these particular fields. Looking at the table KNA1 again, let's see if we can see a slightly more graphical representation of those relationships. KNA1, here are all the tables that are parent tables. Okay. And here are all the tables that are child tables. When we start an exploration such as this, it is normally the end goal to actually have all the information that is relative to our particular use case collected in one area. Safyr has the ability to do that in something that we call subject areas. So let's take this particular table here, and we can create a brand new subject area. And we'll just call this customer demo. And say OK. Now we have just this one table here. We do have the ability to add more tables to this. We can do this by many means. For instance, if I decide that these are of interest, I can just drag them in. For the sake of this demonstration, and also coming with the product, there are several predefined subject areas that we have within the product. So let's look at one. Let's look at customer. And there's many here: credit account, delivery, daily limit, etc. Let's just look at this plain customer one here. And without reading them all out, we can see there's information related to the customer, usually related to KNA1 as well. Now we have refined or curated all this information, we may want to export it to a third-party tool or look at it in a slightly more palatable way. So let's take this particular subject area and export it. There are many different formats that we can export it to. Things such as metadata, which is an Excel file, CSV, and things that basically can use other third-party tools here. For this particular instance, what we'll do is we will use our own diagramming tool. And now, this information can now be seen in a more graphical format. We have the KNA1 at the center of everything here. We can look at this in some different ways. If you're short on space, we can look at just the model display, and so on. And what we can see in this instance here, if we look at this, is basically the table that we were concerned with, all the relationships, the primary keys and the foreign keys, and a nice graphical layout. This wraps up this brief overview, and I hope it's given a taste for the possibilities of what Safyr can do. If you would like to have more information, please refer to the links in the description. Thank you.